All right, so we're going to be doing a CBT assessment. This is going to be the first session. I'm going to be representing the therapist, and
I'm going to be the client. And I am 23 years old Chinese student, and I came to US 3 months ago, and I feel very anxious and depressed now because this is a new environment for me, and there's so many group discussions going on in class, and I feel very hard to express my thought in front of the class. So I want to see therapist. Yeah.
okay, and action. So, how are you today?
I don't know. I'm okay.
You're okay? All right. I think your school counselor referred you to me,
Yes.
right? Okay. You said you were having some difficulties. You want to talk to me a little bit about that?
Yes. Since I just came here for 3 months, and I feel it's very, very different from my early experience in China. And here there are so many discussions in class, and everyone can express their thought very clearly. And I feel I can't do that. It's very hard for me. I don't know why I can't express my thought in front of all class. I'm afraid, and I care about how others see me. So I feel very anxious, and I feel very sad. Anxious about I don't know. When they want me say something, I feel anxious, but I feel sad for myself because I think I want to do my best.
Okay, so I'm hearing you say, so you've been here for about 3 months,
Yeah.
and you feel, I heard you use the words anxious and afraid and
Yeah.
sad, and specifically around speaking in class and being able to express yourself and make yourself understood. Okay. Okay. So let me talk to you just a little bit about what we're going to do. Did I have all that right? That's all sounds good. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with CBT? Have you heard of this is cognitive behavioral therapy?
No.
Okay. So basically, what we want to try to do is to give you some really concrete tools that you can use. Sort of the idea is that that our emotions and our behaviors are really formed by our thoughts and our thought patterns, and that if we can kind of examine some of those thought patterns and be able to sort of put your finger on the thoughts that you're having in a situation, if you can be aware of those thoughts and kind of learn how to change them, that you can also sort of change the kinds of behaviors and emotions that come up as a result. Does that all kind of make sense to you? Does that sound like something that might help?
Yes.
Okay, great. So like I said, over the, I'm going to kind of try to get a really good sense of where you are right now and where we might go, and then try to take some really concrete steps that we can get there. Okay. All right. So, so you've been here for about 3 months.
Yeah.
And and things are very different here, as you said. So is it really? You mentioned class particularly. Is it really specific to being in class that you're having this trouble?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. It's not happening outside of class. It's mostly
because it's just short time I've been here. I don't have many chances to interact with people.
I see. Do you have other friends or family that are here from China that?
No, I don't have many family members here.
No.
And no friends here.
No friends.
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel like maybe it's hard to relate to the people that you're able to talk to?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I don't think people can understand me.
Do you feel like they're maybe not understanding what you're trying to say?
I don't think they can understand.
Okay, so let's talk specifically about class, right? So you said you talked about feeling anxious, feeling afraid, feeling sad. Can you talk a little bit more about the kind of thoughts that you might have going through your head while you're in class and you're experiencing some of that?
Yeah, I don't know why others can see their thought very quickly, even though it's not very organized, but they can see that. But I can't. It's very hard for me to see that directly. I need organize all things, and I need to make it right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when I say that, I'm very anxious about how others see me. Do they think I'm right? Yeah.
So that sounds like a lot of anxiety about how other people are seeing you,
Yeah.
and when they're not understanding you, and you feel that that it takes you maybe a little bit more time to absorb what's being said and formulate a response. Is that?
Yeah. I don't know. I just want to be right.
You just want to be right.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what is it about? I mean, I guess everybody wants to be right, right? But what is there? What do you think? What do you, when you say you want to be right? So what are your? I guess what I'm trying to say is, what is it about being right that's important in a class?
Because I feel in China we see something we cannot express our all thoughts to in class. If you want to say something, it needs to be right and it need to be understood by others. So I think a lot of things before I say something. Yeah.
Okay. Can you say like I mean you mentioned a few about wanting to be right, about wanting to be understood. But can you tell me some more of those lots of things that you think before you volunteer an answer?
Things I think. How can I organize my thoughts and of course how others will feel about me and I'm worried about my grammar and the word and everything.
Well, that's a lot to think about. Thinking about how others will see you and how whether you're going to express yourself correctly and everything. Can we focus on just one of those? How about what is when you're worried about what others are going to think of you? What is it you're thinking that they're going to think of you?
I think if I can see it very clearly and I feel they will think I'm stupid.
You think that they'll think you're stupid?
Yeah, sometimes I feel I'm really stupid.
Well, I hear you saying that you think you're really stupid. Do you think you're really stupid?
Sometimes in class.
Yeah. Oh well, but so would you say that that's more of would you say that that's more of something that you think or something that you feel?
I feel.
Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit too. So when you're thinking all of these things, what is it sort of? So maybe less of how you think about it in your head and more of how you feel it in your gut. What is that? Are you familiar with that expression in your gut?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I feel fear, and I feel I'm stupid, and I don't. I want to do my best, and I feel if I can't do my best, I will let my parents down. Because they spend lots of money to send me here, but if I can't do very good in class, and also I feel why others can do including international students, maybe some international students, they can do very well, why I can't. Yeah.
Okay, so I hear a lot of you're worried about what your classmates are going to think, and you're worried about what your parents are going to think, and you're worried about how you're comparing yourself to the other students and to the other international students, and that's a lot of comparison and other people to think about. So actually, let me ask you about your parents in particular. They're, as you said, spending a lot of money to send you here and everything. So can you tell me a little bit more about them?
They are very typical Chinese parent, and they want me do my best. And they are very good parents, but I don't know. I think it's really Chinese style. I feel the big differences between two countries, and we're taught to be hardworking and listen to teachers and instructor and listen to parents. Yeah. So.
Well, so right. So I hear you saying that working hard is really important, and that that's a cultural norm, if you want, that you want to work hard for society and work hard for your parents. So what? How would you describe your relationship specifically with your particular parents? How would you say that you get along, for example?
Yeah, we have very good relationship.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can feel their support.
Good. Okay. So when you think about how you're doing in school, and you're thinking about them, and thinking about not wanting to let them down, right? I mean, just kind of, can you talk about that a little bit more? Like, what does that sort of bring up for you when you're thinking those things?
What? Can you say that one more time? What?
Sure. I just want you to maybe just elaborate on that a little bit more. Like, what does that mean to you, to the idea that you might let them down, or that you might make them proud? But how does that?
Yeah, I want to make them feel proud of me, and I want them to feel I'm very happy here, and I actually, although we have very good relationship, but I won't tell them how I feel in class, because it will make them very worried.
So you feel like you can't really talk to them about what you're feeling?
No, I can't.
And so you want them to feel that you're happy here.
Yeah.
But would you say that you're not happy here?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think we talked about a lot today, right? We kind of talked about a little bit about how you feel in class, and how that seems to sort of branch out to a lot of other things. How you feel that other people are perceiving you, and how you feel that your parents are perceiving you. And I think there's a lot there for us to work with. And I think we can start to kind of look at how to maybe deal with some of those thoughts that seem to be distracting you from doing your best when you're in the moment. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, actually, I was very struggling before I came to see you, and I really want to improve things in class. So, can you teach me? You can teach me some very useful things, and so I can handle the difficulties.
I hope so. I think we can do that. I think we can do that together. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, great. Well, let's can we meet at the same time next week?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
And scene.